Something big is coming to the Chevy Tahoe, but here's the part that makes this interesting. Chevrolet isn't completely reinventing it. Between the 2026 and 2027 models, a series of important changes are starting to reshape what Tahoe buyers can expect. Today, we're breaking down what's actually changing, what's staying the same, and what you need to know before you buy. Welcome to The Speed Nest, where we go beyond the spec sheet and dig into what's actually changing under the surface of today's most talked about vehicles. And trust me, the Tahoe has more going on right now than most people realize. Let's start with where this story actually begins. Chevrolet already gave the Tahoe a serious refresh. New exterior styling, a redesigned dashboard, bigger screens, sharper technology, and meaningful updates to the Duramax diesel. That happened for 2026. So when people ask what's new for 2027, the honest answer is this: nothing dramatic on the outside, no redesign, no new face. This is a carryover year, but that doesn't mean it's a quiet one. Stand in front of the current Tahoe and you already see the direction Chevy has been pushing. A commanding front-end LED lighting that stretches wide across the fascia. A squared-off hood that says this truck isn't apologizing for its size. The side profile is long, confident, and unmistakably American, the kind of silhouette that fills a driveway and doesn't need to try. Chevrolet is adding a new color to the palette for 2027, a clean white finish that's expected to become one of the more popular choices on higher trims, along with a handful of new wheel designs rolling in as the year progresses. But here's where things start getting interesting. Step inside and the story shifts from styling to comfort. The cabin feels wide, calm, and deliberately upscale. Soft-touch materials where your hands actually land, a dashboard built around visibility instead of clutter, and seating that's clearly designed for people who spend real hours behind the wheel, not just weekend errands. Ambient lighting runs subtly through the cabin at night, and the whole space is built to feel less like a work truck and more like a rolling living room for your family. If you're the kind of person who notices details like this, the kind of person who actually cares how a vehicle feels rather than just how it looks in a photo, this is exactly the kind of channel worth sticking around for. A quick like or subscribe genuinely helps us keep making videos like this one. Now, before we get to the driving experience, there's a technical story here worth slowing down for, because this is where the 2027 changes actually matter. Mechanically, the Tahoe is expected to carry over largely unchanged, and there are currently no signs that the new V8 engines announced for the redesigned Silverado will make their way into the Tahoe lineup anytime soon. The Duramax turbo diesel remains one of the standout choices in the range, and for 2027, Chevrolet is opening it up in a way it hasn't before. Buyers will now be able to pair that diesel with Super Cruise, GSIM's hands-free driving system, on the High Country trim. That's a meaningful shift for anyone who tows regularly, but also wants long highway comfort without constantly fighting the wheel. Behind the wheel, the Tahoe still delivers that full-size confidence, a smooth, composed ride, suspension that soaks up rough pavement without feeling disconnected, and enough low-end torque to make merging and towing feel effortless rather than stressful. Inside, the digital instrument cluster and infotainment system continue to anchor the tech experience, supported by wireless smartphone connectivity, a premium sound system, and driver assistance features like adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, automatic emergency braking, and a 360-degree camera system that makes parking something this large actually manageable. Chevrolet is also reorganizing how buyers get to that technology. Trailering and tech packages have been bundled more logically, so equipping a Tahoe with serious towing capability no longer means hunting through overlapping options. The High Country trim now comes standard with four-wheel drive, closing off the two-wheel drive version entirely, a sign of exactly where premium full-size SUV buyers have been leaning. And on the flip side, the limited-run LS Custom Edition, with its blacked-out trim and 22-inch wheels, is being discontinued, making 2026 its only model year. If that package caught your eye, the window to grab one is closing fast. For everyday life, This is still a Tahoe doing what Tahoes do best. 3 rows of space for a growing family, a cargo area that swallows a week's worth of luggage or gear, and a ride that stays composed whether you're doing the school run or driving 8 hours to a lake house. New adventure packages add roof-mounted storage options for anyone who actually uses this truck for camping and overlanding, not just hauling groceries. So here's where it lands. If you already own a 2026 Tahoe, you're not missing much. The changes for 2027 are refinements, not reinventions. And that current model may actually come with strong incentives as dealers clear inventory. But if Super Cruise paired with a diesel, standard 4-wheel drive on the top trim, or simplified ordering matter to you, the 2027 Tahoe, expected to begin production in September of this year, might genuinely be worth the wait. Either way, this is a truck that keeps evolving in ways that actually matter to the people who drive it every day, not just the people reading spec sheets. What do you think? Are you team wait for 2027? Or team grab a 2026 while you can? Drop your answer in the comments, and if you want more deep dives like this one, make sure you're subscribed to Speed Nest, because the next story is already on its way.